goes on with another one. Already within only a few lines, I am met with the ridiculously biased assumption of a statement. The only such planet in the universe? Now, why would that be stated? That statement is not one shred of valid proof, and in fact, statistically and mathematically, given the several hundred billion stars in our galaxy and the many hundreds of billions of galaxies in the known universe, which could be only a bubble within the actual universe, saying such a thing is unlikely. Overall, the videos are worth the watch.
Well, I would agree with that statement wholeheartedly. It's actually something, because I rewatched it today, that came to mind about how this is the only planet with water, and who's to say that? I mean, in a universe that is infinite, goes on forever, and that we haven't even begun to really explore yet. And considering the fact that we just found water on the moon, it is reasonable to assume that there may be water elsewhere in the universe. I just watched this really awesome documentary on the History Channel on how the Earth was made that talks about how all the water that came here and is on this planet came from billions of years of bombardment of meteorites, once they hit the planet anyway, bringing a couple of drops of water at a time. Now think about that. The oceans, the rivers, all the water that's contained on this planet and every living organism, etc., and all of it was brought a drop or so at a time by meteorites crashing into this planet over the course of billions of years. So that water was out there someplace, and now it's here. It stands to reason that there's probably more elsewhere in the solar system.
Well, I think that maybe we're still kind of egocentric as a planet because we have not been proven otherwise. I guess some people believe we've been proven otherwise, but I think that that's still sort of the debate, is we haven't ourselves gone and done the explorations or returned from explorations to prove within our universe or otherwise that there is this. And it can be definitely an egocentric point of view to say that there's the only planet with water. But I think that's kind of irrelevant to the entire dialogue about water's power, the power of the vibration and water as being living or not living. And that was something that actually kind of caught me, because I'm in my city, the water is treated with so much chlorine that you can smell it on our skin after you shower. And it's bothered me for the last few years that this is, there's fluoride, there's so many things that have been added to the water, and how do you purify it? And with all these different theories about all the plastics and how that contaminates our water that we drink if we're drinking from a plastic container, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Where's the positive energy? Where can we reconnect with an actual spring and bring that into our communities? That's my greater question, is how do we get back to the essence? Because we've removed ourselves from it. Being urban dwellers, we've removed ourselves from nature. And I see that more and more as I try to reconnect with nature and find organic means. Like I'm kind of jealous of you guys living in the South, because you can have fresh fruits and vegetables from your area all year round. Whereas here we get vegetable that's picked before its time, put into a truck, chemically induced into ripening before it lands into the supermarket, and where it prematurely dies because it never really had a good real life. Whereas if you buy organic grown foods within the community, they last. They last because they're alive. They last because they're alive.
We subjected water to super weak magnetic field impulses. These fields are tens of thousands of times weaker than the Earth's natural magnetic field. That means they are negligibly small from the standpoint of modern science.
Fish were introduced into water that had been treated in this way, and the fish soon produced an unusual hatch of small fry. They differed radically from other fish to which they were related, though they looked as much alike as twins.
Gray stripes appear on the belly of all these males at once, along with colored spots, which had not been observed previously. These are called phenotype changes, and it is of fundamental importance that these changes appear not just in some of the treated fish, but in all of them at the same time. And these phenotype changes that we caused are not a hypothesis. They occurred in practice.
The experiment resulted in changes not only in the outward appearance of the fish, but also in their behavior. They began to react to outside stimuli in the same way. It was as if the whole school had acquired a collective mind.
Gray, blue sea, hard black stone, high red tea, white grapes foam. Gray men pray to the thorn-crowned sun. Enter me, 'cause oh, I fall. God, I've never seen it through. The Master knew, so now I promise you that the whole world knows, that the whole world knows, that the whole It's a wonder you shut up. He will leave you again. There ain't nothing left to say. Try and tell yourself it's safe and sound, but the whole